Delco Dan's Dirty Golf Picks.
When you hear that jingle, it makes you tingle. Welcome to Delco Dan's Dirty Golf Picks, brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. U.S. Open is upon us. It is Father's Day weekend, and since it is Father's Day weekends, go and get some steaks for your dad. Go get some burgers for your dad at omahasteaks.com. Promo code DB Sports. Going to get you an extra $35 off. No, it is not too late to order to get it in time for Father's Day. So go there, peruse their entire catalog full of hits, and you can load it up with steaks, burgers, chicken, pork, all that stuff. But I'll leave it up to you. You know your dad, okay? We know the winners, except for last week. Who won that tournament last week? Who was that guy?
Ryan Fox. It was a total pillow fight.
Yeah.
Sam Burns had a 5-footer to win in the playoff in the first hole. Missed it. Ryan Fox missed like a really short putt on the second playoff hole. They just kept playing 18 over and over again to the point where they had to recut the hole and move the hole. Ryan
wild,
Fox
right?
ultimately hit like a really good shot, I think on like the fourth or fifth playoff hole, and stuffed it to like 5 feet for eagle. Missed the eagle putt, but didn't matter because Sam Burns 3-putted.
Yeah.
So he won with a kind of tap-in birdie.
He had a little tap-in bird dog there, but it was brutal to watch. I gave up on it.
The Kiwi.
I gave up on
Big Kiwi.
it. And I was out of there.
It's admirable. I like Ryan Fox because he plays really fast. He doesn't take practice swings.
Who?
Ryan Fox. He just steps up and hits it.
Good for him.
That's how I play.
That's crazy.
That's how I play.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's a crazy strategy. I don't think I've ever seen that actually. But yeah, I gave up on that and went to dinner with the kids. It was all good after that. And yeah, man, the biggest shocker to me out of last week's tournament though was Rory. This is one of the big stories coming into this. And he said his golf has been awful and then admitted today, I don't know if you saw this, at a practice round at Oakmont, he had an 81.
Yeah, his driver is a superpower, and his driver is not currently very good right now. So,
and neither is he, which is strange, man.
Because of his driver.
I know.
His driver sucks ass, so he's not going to play well. So avoid Rory this week. He's not winning the U.S. Open.
I don't think so either. Now let's get to the elephant in the room. Scottie Scheffler 2-1.
I mean, maybe take it because like that.
Do you think he wins though, for real?
Like, yeah.
Really?
Who's beating him?
I don't know.
Like Xander's still hurt. I mean, Rahm, who knows what he's going to do. He's obviously, like, I'm not going to pick Scottie.
I can't either.
Like Bryson's the second favorite. I think Bryson will be a top 5, top 10 guy. I don't think Bryson's going to win this week either. So, I mean, by default, Scottie's.
A lot of people though are picking Bryson online.
Yeah, sure. You can.
The odds are shit.
I just don't think he's going to win. Scottie, this might be the lowest number you can get him at. Like by Thursday, the end of Thursday, he might be like minus money.
Oh yeah, if he stays in, he didn't make the cut this weekend in the Canadian Open.
Scottie?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Scottie
Rory.
didn't because he didn't play.
Yeah, yes,
that's what I'm saying.
But Rory didn't even.
Yeah,
make the
I'm
cut
saying
either.
avoid Rory at all.
Okay,
like, all costs.
Gotcha.
Like Scottie is going to be minus money by the end of Thursday because like he might not be the leader of the tournament by the end of Thursday, but he's going to be like 1 or 2 back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at because the pressers are going on now, by the way, for the U.S. Open. Obviously, it's a major, massive tournament. And so they were talking to Justin Thomas right now. And he says, look, trying to catch Scottie Scheffler right now, it's just.
No one touches him.
No. And he says the way he's playing is unbelievable.
He
and he goes.
Make mistakes. He doesn't fuck up. He has no weaknesses.
But here's the fucked up thing. And I felt like during the Tiger era, not many people said it. Because it was like Duval and Els and all those other guys, right? And they were pretty stoic, and they were like, no, I'm coming out here to win this course. Now, this is an exact quote from Justin Thomas from the presser right now. And he says, I'm sure some people will laugh. And Justin Thomas is an excellent golfer. Mm-hmm. But I thought I could catch him this year. And he goes, I can't. It's weird, man. So he goes, how do you
remember? Scottie started out slow because of the injury. He had a piece of glass in his hand.
Right.
Cut himself making pasta,
mm-hmm.
of all things. Rory was red hot won 3 times already this year. It looked like, maybe Scottie could get back, but it was going to be Rory's year. Rory's going to just ascend. He won the Masters and everything. But, yeah, then Scottie just auto-corrected. And he's like, yeah, I'm the guy.
He's just dominating people. And they were talking about the FedEx Cup here, and Thomas said maybe Scottie doesn't play or something because he's 500 points behind him in the rankings. And he's like, you really can't catch him in anything if he keeps doing what he's doing. He also said watching his game is effortless. Every single aspect of his game is unbelievable. I think his mental game is better than anyone out there. To be able to play with these expectations and to stay present as often as he has is maybe more impressive than even the golf that he's playing. He just doesn't make any mistakes, and he almost kind of lets himself be in contention versus forces himself in contention. And I think that is a perfect quote.
Yeah, and okay, he makes a mistake, right? Misses the green, has the best short game.
Yes.
So
it doesn't matter.
Puts it within like a foot every time.
So what do you do now? And the audience has asked me, and I said, hey, man, I'll leave it up to you. I just recently started betting golf here for, on the show. I wouldn't bet it unless I was out in Vegas and in other spots, right? And what do you do here with a guy who is 2.5 to 1?
You take juicier numbers and you hope Scottie misses putts.
But there is no juicy numbers. So even when he was back by 7 on a Saturday morning in the Memorial,
Scottie, I'm saying you take other people and just hope Scottie misses putts.
But that's
just what you have to.
If you truly believe Scottie's going to win, though.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take him.
But behind the scenes, do you do it?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Making sure.
I'll just bet on a baseball game with the same number.
Yeah. Like the NBA, like last night, I bet that, and thank you, by the way. Is Bob back there?
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank you guys last night because you guys talked me into that over on Monday Morning Recap for the hockey.
Well, it almost didn't get there because Edmonton didn't score.
You know what's funny is
they scored once.
So I had put the kids to bed, and we were getting home from the restaurant and all that other stuff, and it was 4 to 1, so I was like, yeah, all right, that'll be two goals easy. I didn't see it. I missed the fights that you guys were talking about. I watched
the Oilers
later
were playing
online.
dirty as hell. Like, they had a bunch of dudes get ejected.
Wow. I mean, because I watched it afterwards, after you guys sent me back those text messages, and I watched it on Twitter, and I was like, holy shit, dude. I mean, it was like 5-on-5.
Panthers got under their fucking skin, and it might be series over if the Oilers are like that.
I haven't seen a 6 to 1 Stanley Cup game in a long time, and so that parlay paid off, though. I had the over, and I had the Panthers, and it ended up paying off. It's 2.5 to 1. We won close to $1,200 last night because I bet all the things, Panthers and the over by itself and everything else. So it was a blast. What do you do with Scottie here, man?
You just don't pick him,
okay.
And then you try to find odds, and my bookie will eventually offer it without Scottie.
Do you think this was going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, especially if he wins the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And any tournament moving forward, my bookie has to offer without Scottie because other books do.
Oh, they do?
So they will correct it. Yeah.
Okay. And do they, I guess? I mean, I'll look here. Do they offer golf odds without him? And shit. If he's playing like this, it's just so crazy to me. And I don't know what to do.
I mean, he wins this. He can complete the career Grand Slam this year.
Right.
By winning the British.
And he's like 26 or 27? Like,
Scottie's, I think, 28, but it doesn't matter.
Either way. I mean, he wins it here and quits. Congratulations. You're a Hall of Fame, and it doesn't fucking matter.
He is a Hall of Famer already.
Already,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
he's a 3-time major winner. So
it's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy. All right. Who do you got this week minus Scottie Scheffler?
So we're going with a heart pick. We're going with a pick on a guy that I think could actually win. And then a long shot that, yeah, if he just, it's the U.S. Open, anything can happen. Carnage. He flushes the fuck out of the ball. He'll be in contention, and he could, backdoor the win. So first up, of course, my sweet boy Ludwig. Going 19 to 1.
Look, he could be the face of golf, and women would love it. It would bring in a younger crowd and everything else. He's got to win one of these fucking tournaments, though.
This is like his 7th major ever.
Too bad.
And he's like perennially in the top 10.
He is. It's just he ain't winning.
He's due, so he'll win.
Winning.
I mean, come on. He was tied for the lead with 2 holes left in the Masters.
Yeah.
And then just totally ejected.
I know.
But it was a bad break, and then he just compounded errors. It was stupid. He did some stupid shit at the Masters, and he learned from it. That scar tissue's got to build up.
I don't think he's winning this fucking thing.
Dude,
I'm not bad.
This is going to be the coronation.
I have
not
bet on Ludwig all fucking year.
He won me my tournament this year.
Which one?
The Genesis. At Torrey.
That's your win?
That's my win. It's
okay.
Ludwig.
Gotcha.
So I'm going back to that well.
Okay.
Then we're going Colin Morikawa at 21-1.
Back to that well?
Yeah.
He let you down in the Memorial.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's a 2-time major winner as well. Granted, those majors were during COVID, so.
Did they count?
No, not a big crowd.
No crowds. No crowds whatsoever out there.
But no, he's one of the best iron players in the world. Oakmont should suit his eye. He should be in contention. It's time to fucking, shit or get off the pot, Colin. And then we're just going with the dude that plays well in U.S. Opens. Just Harris English, 62-1. He's already won this year as well. Also at Torrey.
Okay.
Harris English, 62-1.
All right. Look, I follow the message boards and all that other stuff. His name has popped up a couple times.
He's
here.
a great, great golfer. If he wins a major, if he's I could see him being a one-time major winner, Harris English.
I could see it, but I could see it at the U.S. Open. I mean, the British Open. I'm sorry.
Oh no, U.S. Open fits his eye, his game.
I don't know, for whatever reason, man. I think he can win.
You're just saying that because his last name is English.
Yeah, dude, and it fits.
It doesn't fit.
It makes perfect sense, and it's all greats here. I wanted to look back at who I had last Sunday here, who just shit the fucking bed. I was one stroke off the lead here on Sunday, and then I think he hit like a triple fucking bogey, man. And I was like, fuck this guy. It was a Canadian. Oh, it was Nick Taylor. That's who it was, dude. Where did he end up finishing? At 13? The winner at 18? God, did he beef it for me. He fucking beefed it. So I'm off the Nick Taylor train for the rest of the year. He just had a complete fucking meltdown, dude. What a collapse for that guy. 2 holes left. 1 shot off the lead. That was an easy course, too, man. And he beefed it. That playoff, too, was awful to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, dear God, dude. So, look.
Yeah, but I watched a good bit of that on Sunday. Nick Taylor was never really in contention. Like, he made, like, this fake run, but, like, he was a couple holes ahead of, like, the leaders and everybody. They were eventually going to catch him and, like, pass him. I mean, that's what Burns did, right? Like, Burns shot a 62 on Sunday.
He was at 17. If he makes a birdie, he goes to the playoff.
He got caught by Ryan Fox. Ryan Fox drains that putt on 18. 17 was tough.
Fuck him. Fuck Nick Taylor, dude. I don't like it. I don't like some of the picks I'm making this week because the U.S. Open is extremely hard.
Mm-hmm.
It is not like the Masters. I feel like we can pick that. Like I feel like we can pick the winner in the Masters, right? U.S. Open though, it typically is not the sexy players, and it's really fucking hard with Scheffler in this goddamn field, man. But
pretty sexy last year.
What do you mean?
U.S. Open.
What was the final? Who won it last year?
Bryson.
Oh, Bryson won it. Well, Bryson's Bryson, right?
Yeah.
And I want him to win this year, but I just don't think he is.
That would be sick. If he had
Sunday,
3 U.S. Opens.
God, it'd be great.
3 of his majors and 3 U.S. Opens. The hardest tournament probably all year, yeah.
He was on my list, and before we went on air, you said his odds are dog shit, and I was like, what?
Yeah, 6-1.
6-1, dude, for Bryson.
I just,
that's
I feel
bananas,
like I can get a better
dude.
price on Bryson later.
I agree. I think you can get a better price. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to live line Bryson probably day 2, maybe that's Saturday morning, and we'll see what happens here. But if he comes out bombing on Thursday, you're not going to get good numbers all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough.
The thing is, though, he can bomb it, and that's definitely going to be an advantage here to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, man, those irons are just not where he needs them to be.
I know.
That wedge game.
Yep.
Maybe get some, regulation wedges, not all the same size.
So I'm going with iron players that are not sexy across the board here. None of these players are sexy. I'm not excited in real life about watching them play golf. But I want to win. And that's all I care about is money.
All right.
That's all I care about is money.
Can I guess?
And it's a major, and I'm picking 4. I always pick 4 in majors because I love it.
It's Father's Day.
It's Father's Day, yes.
You'll have
and that's, by the way, that's all I'm going to do is literally just eat steaks and smash burgers and watch the golf.
Can I guess with your picks?
God, you're always good at guessing. Go ahead.
John Rahm.
No.
Oh.
No. Not going Rahm, actually.
Okay.
Watched Clubfoot play, and he kind of had a fucking meltdown there. What was the last major that he
The
played? in?
PGA. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird to see.
It was. I mean, he went full, foot on the gas, like he had to.
It was tin cup style though, and I was like, man, I just don't know if Liv is building you for this anymore.
I think he can.
I don't think you're not playing
at
enough
this point.
competitive rounds against the best of the best, and I am now like I don't know about these guys, and that's what hurts. But I will take a live line on Bryson. That's it though, as far as Liv goes. By the way, breaking news: Bryson says he hopes to renew his contract with Liv. So
I just don't think they're going to pay that.
if he plays well this weekend, yes, they will. Because that'll mean
He's the only
I
guy
think he
worth
was
a damn.
he was second in the last two majors, right?
But at some point, like Yasser has to show anything, any type of like profit, any type of like
There isn't any
progress.
There
with
is
Liv.
nothing.
And you can't re-sign. $300 million for Bryson.
Well, here's the thing: they tried to resign Ronaldo the other day, and they're going back and forth. Ronaldo, which I didn't know until reading that article, is 40 years old. And it was like, oh, they're still talking about giving him like $300-400.
Granted, Bryson's like benefited from Liv. I think he's the only guy. Him and Joaquin Neiman are like the only two dudes that are.
Joaquin Neiman though plays like he wants to win Liv every single week and almost does.
Yeah,
he's got like 6 wins or something fucking
This year,
crazy over
yeah.
there. It's nuts. So I'm going with the boringest guys on the planet. Forgive me, dude. Again, I want to win money, and that's why I do this. I don't do it for sexiness. And you know who I'm going with. Patrick Cantlay.
Well,
33.
why would you ever pick Patrick Cantlay in a major?
Me?
Yeah, just to win? He doesn't win majors.
He will eventually.
Will he?
Yeah.
You're talking shit about Ludwig, who's played like 3 majors total. I'm, obviously,
Yeah.
hyperbole there, but
Sure.
fucking Cantlay can't get anything done. Like his best finish in a fucking major has been was last year's probably U.S. Open. He showed up at a Masters once, but very rarely does he ever come to the majors.
Let's see what Patrick.
His major
Cantlay
record
has.
is bad.
Let's see. Record in majors. Let's see what it is, just out of curiosity.
It's not good. Not a whole lot of yellow there.
Best results. Masters.
Yeah, Masters. I think he was second one year.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. So 29. He's played in 29 majors. Best finish being a tie for third. I'm sorry.
How many top 10s?
At the PGA Championship. Has never won a major. His other top 10 finishes include Masters, PGA Championship. Jesus Christ. He's got a lot. All right. Yeah. Either way, I'm going with Patrick Cantlay. He's boring. I think one of these boring fucking dudes will finally break through and win this goddamn thing.
He's not winning at Oakmont.
We'll find out.
He's going to get kicked in the fucking dick and lose his shit.
I don't care that Xander is hurt. I'm taking Xander. It's 18.5 to 1 here.
Just with that record, the U.S. Open.
Xander Schauffele.
He should top 10. Like,
Correct.
he just default top 10s U.S. Opens.
Yep.
But the problem is, he's just not back to normal yet.
Soft serve. I don't know that he needs to be, though. That's
I think
the thing.
He does. Like, he might backdoor top 20 this week, but, I just don't see him being in contention.
18.5 to 1, though, I have to take it. I'm sorry. He's just too good, and he'll be there. We know he'll be there on Sunday.
Man, backdoor. I don't think he's ever in contention this week.
I think he's going to win the fucking thing. Out of all my picks, I think he's going to win. So I got Cantlay at 33 to 1. I've got Xander at 18.5 to 1. I've got Russell Henley at 49 to 1.
That's not bad.
Just because he's played great golf over the last couple years. No, he's not won a major or anything like that. But maybe a weird guy like this pops
Won
through.
the Arnold Palmer,
Yeah, I just think a guy like this, a weird guy like that, could pop through in one of these events where you're
He's
like,
your
all right,
Harris English for the week.
Yeah. Yes, he is. So I'm going with him at 49 to 1. And
Very
then,
similar games, Harris English and Russell Henley.
Yeah, look, they're all boring. So yeah.
Just generic white dude.
Correct. And then I go foreign majors. And a guy who, Jesus Christ, man, could have 4 wins this year. Very easily could have had 4 wins this year. Sepp Straka these beats, dude, at 35 to 1. He just keeps showing up, man.
I got Straka in
week
my
after week after week.
my office pools.
Yeah.
So those the tier pools where you pick 6 guys and each tier you pick 1 dude.
Okay.
Straka's tier 2, tier 3, I forget, but he's on one of my pools.
Who do you got first round leader here?
First round leader. Would it really surprise you if this man at 125 to 1 was the top of the leaderboard. I don't think he's going to be in contention on Sunday, but I could see him having a good round. Can I give you two, actually?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you two first.
I want to bet like 3 or 4 because I love this shit. Like
they're
I love
both 100 to 1 plus.
All right.
So the first one's 125 to 1, and that is Davis Riley.
Davis Riley. Okay.
Davis Riley as your first round leader at
bad.
125 to 1, and then a man who's like routinely there on a Thursday at 100 to 1. That's JJ Spawn.
He was this close from winning me. I think he was 1 stroke off from winning me another first round leaderboard. And
Again, these dudes are not going to win the tournament, but fuck it, they have a good round on Thursday.
Yeah,
cash that ticket. You're already in the green.
I like JJ Spawn. I like that pick as well. Anybody else?
That's it.
Okay. I'm going to go my guy here that I've got earmarked. I got to look up the odds for first round leader here is because this is going to be deep, I'm sure. I mean, like real deep.
I could see you going like a Ben Griffin, maybe.
Not a Ben Griffin, although he's been playing great. I thought about Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin's at 62 to 1. It's not bad.
For first round leader?
For first round leader, correct.
That's not bad.
But whoa, this is going way, way down the fucking hill here. So JJ Spawn's at 85 to 1 right now.
Okay, JJ.
On my bookie.
85, first round leader, that's fine.
Let's see here. Got the Hoygaards too. Thorby.
I don't think the Hoygaards really fit here.
All right, so my guy that I have bookmarked here is so I got Manny Grillo at 120 to 1. That's my dude.
Emiliano Grillo.
Yes,
he's a good iron player.
Manny dude, and that's what this takes. This is an iron course. This is what this takes. At 120 to 1.
The greens are so fast and tough that I don't think him being a shitty putter matters because everyone's going to be a shitty putter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my surprise first round leader at 120 to 1. I'll go with Davis Riley, though. I'll match you on Davis Riley.
Davis Riley.
That's 120 to 1. I like that a
feels
lot.
Right. Davis Riley leading the U.S. Open on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Feels right.
Yeah. So I'm okay with this. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Anybody else on day one where you're just like, all right, fuck yeah, dude, who is this guy? Let me ask you this, because there's always one of those like weird amateur players who played this course as a kid and then, magically they got fucking better in life. Mm-hmm. Who is that?
Who's going to be low am for the...
Well, was there an amateur that played really well in the past and has now picked it up and everything else? Like, what about a Matthew Fitzpatrick at 75 to 1?
Well, he's not an amateur.
No. But I played on these courses as amateurs. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. If you want like a kind of a guy that could compete to be like low am, I would probably go Jackson Koivin. But he's probably the favorite.
Got it.
For the low am.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough here. Mav McNeely's been playing great. I thought about him at 75 to 1. There's a bunch of people though for the first round. That could do it. I think I'll go Fitzpatrick here as well. I'm going to put a bunch on this weekend because, again, it's fun. We're starting to head down into college football and pro season and all that stuff. NBA playoffs is going on. Is there on tonight's?
There is nothing on tonight.
No, there's nothing on tonight's. So, yeah.
But if we drop this tomorrow morning, then
we will. Well, we're dropping another episode tonight, right?
Yeah, we already got that. That's already dropped on YouTube. So,
Michael Chandler.
Yeah, so we'll drop this Wednesday morning.
Perfect.
As we record this Tuesday afternoon. And yeah, so that'll be the Pacers game.
Yes, on that Wednesday night. I'm going. So Pacers are getting 5.5 in that game. Mm-hmm. Where are you going with that one?
I like Pacers money line.
I like that. So do I. Yeah. I like Pacers money line, and I like that 5.5.
Like a bounce back.
Yes.
I like a Halliburton over for all of his stuff.
I've been to that stadium too. It's so fucking loud there, and like it's one of the few NBA stadiums that you're just or arenas that you're just like, all right, there's definitely something here home court wise. So game one, they're going to be fired up. There's a true story. I got called, and this will at least tie into Liv somewhat. It was a Saudi prince who called. For me to get him front row tickets at the Indiana Pacers game tomorrow night.
Nice.
How much do you think those went for?
MBS is going to Indiana?
It's not MBS.
No.
One of those fucking dudes. How much do you think courtside is going for there?
7,500.
times 10.
75 grand
75,000 a tickets.
in Naptown.
Yes, in Indianapolis.
Interesting.
$75,000 to sit on the floor there, and apparently the Pacer fans are so I had to actually call my partner and was like, "Hey, am I reading this right?" And he goes, "Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy." And he goes, "It's Pacer fans, man. They don't actually want to give up their seats, so therefore they will set them at some ridiculous price that it's like, all right, what are you going to buy 2 tickets for 150 grand?"
And a chic will.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're going to. And I said, "Hey, go with God and enjoy it and all the other stuff. But like,
Sure.
You're going to fly over here to go to Indianapolis. My God, dude.
Chop it up with Caitlin Clark.
Just spending $150K to go to Indianapolis, though. Wow. I was stunned. I was like, okay, yeah.
It's a choice.
And then the other thing too is when you get a tab this high, you're always wondering, like, I know it's going to be an Amex, but you're always wondering if it's going to clear. And sure enough, I watched it clear, and I was like,
My black card.
150K for 2 tickets cleared in 10 seconds. And I was like, man, I am not on that world.
What kind of percentage is that for us?
For the company,
Yeah.
It's so, full disclosure, we're working on one of his partners with Hard AF, trying to get him to invest in Hard AF. So we didn't take a cut of that. I just said, hey man, we're good. And I've done that before in the past with some other people. It's also the beauty of owning a ticket company. So yeah. US Open though, fun weekend. One more time with your picks.
We're going with Ludwig Aberg to win the U.S. Open at 19-1. It's his coronation. It's his time.
Sure.
Then we're going Colin Morikawa at 21-1
Okay.
and Harris English at 62-1. Then we're going first round leader bets on Davis Riley and J.J. Spawn.
There you go. I'm going Patrick Cantlay at 33-1, Russell Henley at 49-1, Xander Schauffele soft serve at 18.5-1.
Now here's a question.
And then Manny Grillo, first round leader.
Davis Riley, too.
Seb Straka to win at 35-1 because I picked 4. And then Davis Riley and Matt Fitzpatrick.
What's the winning score?
For this, oof. It's so tough because it's Scottie.
I'm going. I know Scottie. All right.
That's the hardest part. Like
I want to think 3 under is the winning score total.
So coming in, I was thinking in my mind to 8. 8 under was the
Scottie could hit 8.
I agree. But I don't think anybody else. I don't think anybody else but Scottie can hit 8.
But if somebody else wins, I think it's 3.
If somebody else wins, I think it's 6, and it's Bryson or Rum.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with.
What's second place in? All right, Scotty's at 8. What's second place in?
I think there's only 3 or 4 players that are under par.
Yeah.
I think everybody else is +1 to.
Last time they played here, DJ won. DJ was at 4 under. I think the next was Jim Furyk at 1 under.
Yeah. And like, hey, if you're going with a first round leader, this might be another one where you go with some of these olds who just play steady, consistent golf. I'd look at another Justin Rose again.
I'm hoping there's not a ton of rain this week, but it's looking like there is going to be. So it could be soft conditions, but they're still going to ramp up the fucking greens, and it's going to be insane.
Yeah. I might throw it, like, follow us on Drinking Bros Sports on Facebook. I post all my bets in there for everything. I'll be posting these right after the show is over, and I might throw a Justin Rose in there. Like, it's going to be an old head if it's raining and, they know the course. These olds hang around for a while at these majors, man. They don't at the rest of the tournaments, but they do at the majors for sure. For sure. Either way, Father's Weekend, enjoy it with your fathers, or maybe you are one, and congratulations. Bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinking Bros will double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. And if you are getting something for your dad, give him a nice Father's Day treat from omahasteaks.com. Promo code DB Sports. Going to get you $35 off over there. For Delco Dan, I'm Ross Patterson. These are Delco Dan's Dirty Golf Picks. We'll see you on the links.